everyone, welcome in. This is Andy or Crow. You can call me either. And I'm the Crow Stitcher here on YouTube. And this is a Flosstube Extra. It's kind of an unplanned Flosstube Extra. So, um, welcome to. I know I just did a changing plans video on my last Flosstube on Monday. But it's May. It's currently May 2nd, so I'm a day late with all the May shenanigans. However, if you've been watching me for a little bit, you know that there are a group of us, we're friends, and each month we kind of rotate through, and each month one of us hosts a different craft along theme. And we all get our birthday months and then a couple extras here and there. So May is our friend Crafty Dynamite's birthday month. And she decided to do Mythical May. And if you're in my Discord, you may have noticed that I put a poll up. And that was an oops on my part because originally I wanted to put up a poll just for my Ko-fi members to vote. Out of, I think I put four pieces there to vote for which piece to focus on for Mythical May. And but I know my Discord very well. Insert sarcasm. And instead of putting it in the private Ko-fi channel, I put it in the public Ko-fi channel, and I didn't realize until I noticed a lot, like tons of people voting that aren't in the Ko-fi, and I was really confused. And then I realized that I put it in the wrong channel, and I kind of inadvertently announced Dynamite's Stitch Along before Dynamite announced it, which was not my intention. So my bad there, Dynamite. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take away your thunder. So it was just a whole mess, so I deleted it. And the winner of that poll was The Morgan, by Krista Bug, charted by Thread Geeks. But that was not my intention for the poll. I really intended it just to be for my Ko-fi members as a perk for them. And so I was like, do I really want to use the result from that? Because it wasn't accurate as far as my original intention. And so I decided, no, I'm not going to use the results from that poll. And then I was looking at I was like, well, okay, what do I do? Because it's already May. It's already the 1st. This was yesterday. And I was looking at my website. I don't want to put another poll up because that's just... And then I was looking at all my stuff and I realized, I have a lot of dragon whips. And if I did my counting correctly, I have 22 whips that have dragons. So I thought it would be fun to try to work on all of them in May and just see how many I can work on. Hopefully all of them. We'll find out, I suppose. So I'm going to show you all the whips. There are going to be no new starts in this. These are all whips. I do have more dragons to start, but we're not going to get into that. If it comes up in the new start wheel, then that's awesome. But I'm not going to specifically start anything for this. So, Mythical March Dragon Edition. I'm just gonna pull from whatever I have on the top here. By the way, vampire tea bags. How great is that? I mean, it's not wrong. It's not wrong at all. Okay, so the first one was actually the new start from last week with the new start fiasco that went on that I explained in my Flosstube. This is Alter Drake by Ann Stokes, charted by Thread Geeks. I'm doing it over 1 on 28 count. And helps if I show you what it will look like. Because it's just black at the moment. I currently have 490 stitches out of 90,720, and I'm at 0.54%. And this is what it will look like. Oh, very glary because of the way the lighting is. But anyway, there you go. So we're up in 310 land. So all I have to show you is just a corner of 310. So that's that. Not very exciting, but we definitely will not get to the Drake this month. But you know, if I could get closer to that, that would be great. Okay. Next was a new start from one of the pools recently. And I will have to insert a picture. I'm pretty sure I have to insert a picture. Yes. This is Gallery. Artwork is by Jampraktik Krasny, and it's charted by Charting Creations. And I'm doing it 1/1 full cross on 22 count. And I currently have 339 stitches out of 196,350, and I'm at 0.17%. I'm actually really excited to get this one back out. Again, I don't think we'll get any of the dragons, but you know, it's about making progress on dragon whips. Okay. Next is Dragon Guardian. This is probably going to be noisy. Artwork is by Tatiana Verkovskaya. It's charted by Nadezhda Gavrilenko. Goodness, I always get this right, and then this time I fucked it up. Nadezhda Gavrilenkova. And it looks like this. And I got it as a kit from Pain Free Crafts. It was on sale when I bought it. So, I'm doing it on like the flosses that came with the kit as it's charted, whether it's half cross, full cross, whatever. And this is where I am. And it washes out. It's a blue. It looks like the fabric looks like this. It's a really kind of maybe a colonial blue. But when you bring it forward, it really washes it out. But it looks really nice. So that's where I am on that. Next up is, oh, I have this on here, is Friends Forever. Artwork is by Ann Stokes. Who charted this one? Tried Geeks? How about you just look at the card, Crow? Yeah, charted by Thread Geeks. I'm doing it 1/1 full cross on 25 count. And did I start converting this? No, I don't think I started converting this to diagonals. I have 1,864 stitches out of 259,200, and I'm at 0.72%. And I did work on this year. I don't think I converted it to I didn't feel like diagonals would work well on this, so I just kept going. This is what it looks like. I just kept going kind of well, I guess more typewriter method, like starting on and just filling in whatever the top left corner top left color was, so I could make sure I didn't miss anything. Again, well, actually, no, technically we do have a dragon coming in. This is a dragon, the corner dragon. So that's where we are. And you can actually see, if you look closely, see the form of the dragon coming in, right? That's his wing. That's another wing. This is his body. So you can see him starting to come in. So that's where we are on that one. Did I put its card back in there? Yes, I did. It just got really hot all of a sudden. Hot flash. Lovely. Okay, Alliance. This is, I'm doing a cropped portion of this, my own cropped version. This is artwork by Lisa Parker, charted by Heaven and Earth Design. I think the garbage is coming, so I apologize. If you can hear that. The garbage truck. I can't do anything about it, so just gonna have to deal with it. It happens. I'm scrolling up to find it. There we are. Okay, so I have to insert a picture. This is my own crop version. So I took off about a page on the top and a page and a half on the bottom. I'm doing it on 22 count, 1/1 full cross. I currently have, including the bits that I have cropped, I marked those off. So the count, the stitch count includes those marked off. 129,583 done out of 414,750, and I'm at 31.24%. Again, that includes the bits that I cropped off. So this is where we are, and this is the dragon coming in here. It's horn. I think it's its horn. So okay. Back in the bag. Can't get it in the bag. Mother. Okay. Next, I have to no, I don't have to insert this. Okay, this is Protector of Magic by Lisa Parker, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I have 19,407 stitches done out of 302,500. I'm at 6.42%. Stop looking your paw. 6.42%. Yeah, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. This is what it will look like. We do have some dragon in this one. All right. Now, actually, we do. We do have some of the big dragon, and we have the two smaller dragons on the left side. So, this is what this looks like in total. Colors are really washing out today, but so this is the big dragon, its neck, and then these are the two of the background dragons there. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Oh, goodness. There's so many here. Oh, this is Dragons of the Sabbath. This is artwork is by Ann Stokes. This is the one charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I've gone into the whole thing about why I have this version. I'm doing it 1/1 on, actually I lied. The black is, I'm doing 10 stitch on 28 count, and then I think when I get to the not black, I'm going to do full cross. This is where I am right now. I guess I should put up what it looks like. which I will do, and I'm trying to scroll down to get my stats. I have 5,461 stitches out of 423,150, and I'm at 1.29%, and it's all black. And I have a while to go before I get anything that's not black. Okay, what is this one? This one is Darius. This is artwork by Sarah Richter. Yes, Charted by Thread Geeks. I'm doing it 1/1 on 25 count, and I have not worked on this yet this year. This was a new start. When did I start this? December or January? I didn't write it down. I don't know. I think I started it in December. But there's a set of 4 of these. They're like the elemental dragons. This is the air. Where is it? Darius. I have 2,031 stitches done out of 194,400, and I'm at 1.04%. Let me see. Markup tells you when you started it, so let me check. Yeah, I started it in December, but I last worked on it in January, so maybe I did technically work on it this year. And this is what it looks like. So I did a top left start and diagonals. So this is the air, and then there's earth, fire, and water, and I have all of them, and I want to do all of them. So eventually, they're all on the new star wheel. Wait, hold on. Yeah, it goes this way. Okay. So just background. We will. We might get to the tip of its wing. Depends on how much I can get done in on it. But it'll probably be mostly just background. But it'll be nice to get this out again. No, I didn't work on this year. That was a lie. So that'll be nice. Okay, this one is Pisces. I have to insert a picture. This is, I don't know, artwork by Ruth Thompson, Charted by Thread Geeks. I really wish you could sort things by alphabetical order in Pattern Keeper, or folders, like something. I have 3,761 stitches done out of 369,360, and I'm at 1.02%, and I'm doing it on 28 count. So again, background, probably won't get to the dragon, but it'll be nice to, there's lots of purples in there. Oh, there you can see, if it focuses. Come on. Well, you can at least see the purples and other color. Oh, there we go. And I did start, last time I worked on this, I did start getting in some of the iceberg there. I haven't worked on it yet this year, so this will be fun as well to get out. Another garbage truck. Okay, this one, it was a new start this year. This is Forest Dragon. It's a kit by Riolis. And the background is printed, so you're just stitching the dragon. And I had a great time working on this. It'll be fun to get it back out. Do I need the board for this, or can we can, so that's what it looks like. That's the fabric. It's 14 count Ada printed. And so like I said, you're just stitching the dragon, but ow, my hips. be a dancer, and that's the one thing that has stayed with me is the cracking of the hips. If anyone uh, here has ever danced, or especially ballet, you'll probably understand. But look at those colors. Just the jewel tones of there, they're so bright and vibrant, and I loved working on this. I'm going through these pretty quick, so it's not like an hour video. I mean, we still got a lot to go, but okay. Next is, and I've been wanting to work on this. This might actually be the first one I pick out to work on, is Hot Chocolate Dragon by Stanley Morrison, charted by Pain Free Crafts. It is not full coverage, so the background, the gray, is not stitched. And I do have stats because I have this in. I think. Is it in here or is it on? No, it's here. No, that's the coffee. Hot Chocolate Dragon. I have 1,526 stitches out of 70,151. And I'm at 2.18%. And I'm doing this on 22 count oatmeal something that was like a vintage fabric that I got in a D-stash on Facebook when I was on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook anymore. But look at that. Look how gorgeous. I did a center start because it's not full coverage. So this, I think, is actually going to be the first one I work on. I love hot chocolate, but how do I put the cover thing? But I only drink hot chocolate when it's snowing. I have a thing where as soon as I see snowflakes, I want hot chocolate, and I love it. But other than that, I can't drink it. I don't get it. This one I cannot give you stats on because it is a Kofi exclusive whip, but I will be working on it. This is It's Good to Be Green by Randall Spangler, charted by Hade. So I cannot show it to you, and I cannot give you stats because it is a Kofi member exclusive. So if you are a Kofi member, when I work on this, you will get updates and stats and pictures and all that fun stuff. This one is Cake Shop. Do I have it on here or is it on Pattern? No, it's on here. Charted by Charting Creations. Who's the artwork? I think Teresa Mather is the artist. Yes, Teresa Mather. Charted by Charting Creations. I have 4,115 stitches out of 161,191, and I'm at 2.55%. I don't know if I've worked on this year either. I keep putting it up in polls for Stitch With Me's, and it never wins. So I'm excited to get this back out. I'm in the top left where the strawberry cake is. And I think I got to the cherry stem there. So we might get some of the blue dragon, the very tip of the wing there. And I'm doing it on 25 count. Stormy Night. 1/1. So it is printed, and I chose to do it on the gray. So when I did all the white, I wasn't stitching white on white because there's a big white wedding cake on here. So this is the stem. This is the stem of that cherry. So I'm converting it to diagonals, and so I think maybe the next diagonal will get some of that blue wing coming in, which would be really fun. Okay, Tea Dragon. I think there's more than 22. If anybody's counting, let me know. Because when I made my list, I didn't include couple that I have in my bin when I was going through my whips. Anyway, Tea Dragon. Charted by Pain Free Crafts, artwork by Stanley Morrison. Again, it's another one of the non-full coverage ones. I'm doing this on 28 count black 1/1. And I don't know, what do I have? 1,156 stitches out of 54,669, and I'm at 2.11%. And I did mark the top. This is the top. That's where we are. Let me bring this down a little bit more so I don't have to get the board out. So you can see some of the scales coming in. It's gonna look, the greens are gonna look really nice on this, against this black. I'm very excited. I haven't worked on this one yet this year either, so that'll be fun to get out. New Year Dragon. This is one I didn't have on my list. And then when I was going through my bins, I found it and I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely a dragon. This is from Pain Free Crafts. Artwork is by Alvia Alcedo. I'm doing it 1/1 on a 28 count mushroom Lugana. I did a center start. I have 1,020 stitches out of 31,912, and I'm at 3.2%. I feel like I've worked on this year, but don't quote me on that. This is what it looks like. It's so cute. Dragons and peppermint. It's my thing. And that's the back. I feel like this is the way it goes. I'm gonna say I haven't worked on this year actually, because now with my marking pens, I would have marked where the top is, and I didn't. It's not marked, but I think this is the way it goes. Yeah, because that's its leg or arm. One of its arms, I think. And then this is the candy cane starting to come in. Oh, so cute. Beautiful colors. I love it. Pumpkin Dragon. Take a guess. Artwork by Stanley Morrison, charted by Pain Free Crafts. I have 11,771 stitches out of 125,600, and I'm at 9.37%. And I did work on this year. This was my work project for a while I was making candles and waiting for the wax. I worked on this piece, converted it to diagonals. We're still not at the dragon. We are in the moon. And I do have this as a kit. I think I used one of my vouchers for this one. And this is where we are. I need to open this a little bit. So that's where we are. Still converting it to diagonals, like I had gone over here and done some of this moon, but it's looking like, look at that, it looks beautiful. This is one of the bats coming in right here. There's a little bat wing. So I could definitely say we will not get to dragon this month, but again, all needs to be stitched. Progress is progress. Okay. We're still going. Artichoke Dragon. Artwork by Stanley Morrison. Charted by Paid Free Crafts. I have a thing. I have a thing, if you haven't noticed. This is, I have 11,422 stitches done out of 96,950. I'm at 11.78%. I did work on this pretty recently, actually. This is what he will look like. We do have dragon in this one. We do have dragon. So that's exciting. We got some of his wing in there. I needed some water. I got this as a kit as well with one of my vouchers. I'm doing this on 18 count, 2/1. And this is where we are. So the last time I got this out, I started converting it to diagonals. So that's what he looks like. Okay. Coffee Dragon, artwork by Stanley Morrison, charted by Pain Free Crafts. It's like a broken record. This is what it will look like. Again, it is one of the non-full coverage ones. I didn't realize I had quite this many until I started. And then I have more that I haven't started. I have 2 or 3 more Stanley Morrison kits that I got with my vouchers. Manhattan Dragon, the Garlic Dragon. I think I have one more that I haven't started. Anyway, Coffee Dragon. I have 1,270 stitches out of 86,444. I'm at 1.47%, and I don't think I've worked on this one this year. I'm doing it on 1/1 28 count. Which way's up? Is this up? Would I have parked a thread up there? No. I did indeed park a thread up there, so this is the way up. I'm doing it 1/1 on a 28 count. I think it was mulberry or something like that from Fabric Flare. So I wanted to bring the red out from the berries, which obviously I don't have stitched yet, but did a center start. So that's that. Peppermint Dragonling, artwork by not Stanley Morrison. Artwork is by Jasmine Becca Griffith. It was charted by Pain Free Crafts. I'm doing it on 18 count Peppermint Candies Ada by Fabric Flare. 2/1. And where are you? I have 2,000. That's wrong. Try that again. 2,752 stitches out of 81,900, and I'm at 3.36%. And I lied. I'm doing this 1/1. I didn't show you what it will look like. Oh my god. Because I tried with the Fabric Flare, I tried 2/1 and it was a little bit too chunky. So I'm doing 1/1. That's what she will look like with the dragon and the peppermint. Again, Stanley Morrison and peppermint is apparently the theme today. And I did start converting this to diagonals the last time I had this out, and I have worked on this year. Okay, Yule Lights Dragon. This is artwork by Sir Kai. It's charted by Stitches So Beautiful. I just worked on this not too long ago, and I did show it in a floss tube. And we do have some dragon. We have some horn, and we have some wing. Some wing. I'm doing this 2/1 on 18 count. And I have, I don't know. Let me find out what I have. I have, where are you? 16,296 stitches out of 160,000, and I'm at 10.18%. And here is where we are. If I can get it. It looks so good. So the last time I worked on it not too long ago, I worked over here. So I'll probably keep doing that, and then just, I don't know how I might just start doing cross country on this. I was doing it by page, and I don't like pages, I discovered. So we have some Christmas lights on the dragon coming in. Looks so good. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there, people. I promise. If I can fold this up. Okay. We're getting there, as I say, as I can't even fold the fabric up to put this away, and I'm taking forever. Okay. I know what I'm doing. Oh, that fell on the floor. Next one is Perfectly Peppermint. This is charted by this is charted by Unconventional X Stitch. Artwork is by Amy Brown, and I'm doing it on 2/1? Yeah, 2/1 on 18 count sparkly Ada. And where is she? There she is. I have 900. This was a new start this year. I have 980 stitches done out of 26,606, and I'm at 3.68%. And this is what she looks like. And did a center start because it is not full coverage, and that's where she is. And this is sparkly, I promise. You can't really tell, but it is. Maybe you can sort of a little bit. Maybe. But anyway, that's where she is. Okay. And last but not least is Old Fashioned Dragon. Artwork by Stanley Morrison, charted by Pain Free Crafts. I did do a center start on this one, even though it is full coverage, because I wanted to get to the dragon. And this is the kit. I have worked on this year. This was one of my Murder March whips for when I hosted the Stitch Along, because sometimes you can just really murder a drink. So this was one of my Murder March whips, so I did work on it. quite a bit. I have 3,354 stitches out of 94,500, and I'm at 3.55%. Oh, I showed you already what it will look like because I had the printout. And this is where we are. So I got a lot of that filled in. Started going up into some of the background. Dragons, very confetti. But the background's gonna be all not confetti, so it's nice to have a bit of both. Okay. Oh, so that's it. I don't know how many, because like I said, I know I don't have New Year Dragon on here. Because I forget. 23 maybe? 23 rips. If you counted, let me know. So we'll see how many I can get through this month. And we're already on day 2, and I haven't worked on any of them. So, and this weekend's gonna be a bit. I have an event tomorrow for my candle business, Morning Moon Candles. So maybe when I get home I can work on one of them, but I have something else to take to work on. So the way the event's set up is it's hosted by a bookshop, and they have murder mystery authors and thriller authors come in, and so it's sort of like a 1 day con where they have Q&As, and they have like a speed dating with the authors where the authors go around each table, and they usually have a bingo game. So it's not, while those events are going on, no one is coming over to my table, so I can stitch in the downtimes. But so I don't want to take anything that needs my laptop, and I use my tablet for Square for checking people out, so I don't want to use that either. So I have a new start actually on a paper pattern planned for tomorrow that I'm going to stitch for child, for Yule. So maybe when I come home, if I'm not like super tired, I'll work on one of the dragon mythical May pieces. And I did get a ticket for the, oh my god, is it the Spring Fling? The Lindy Stitches, the online event for this weekend, the Lindy Stitches retreat. Is it the Spring Fling? I don't know. It doesn't matter. So I think it starts tonight, and then again tomorrow I most likely will not be there. Maybe when I get back from the event. We'll see how tired I am. I might just pop into one of the stitching rooms and kind of just chill. I probably won't have my mic on, maybe a camera on. I don't know. We'll see. But then Sunday I'm hoping to come in and chat and stuff like that. So if you're going to that, maybe I'll see you there. I hope to see you there. So that's all I want to say for Mythical May. That rhymed. Okay. It's one of those days, y'all, and I just need to stop talking. So, I'll see you this weekend, maybe, if you're going to the spring thing. And if not, I'll see you next week for the next Flosstube. So happy stitching. Have a great weekend. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.